Hey y'all, BrokeBlackMan94 here. I'm going to be reacting to Legion Season 2, Episode 6, Chapter 14. Let's get to reacting. Is that David, but from the future? Okay, bald dude. I want to say Professor Xavier. Wait a minute. David there. What's going on in this?
Who is he?
It's nobody. He's the ex-coffee boy.
They're not telling you everything.
What is this, a shakedown? Just sign the deal. It's been 10 months. Champagne's on ice.
Oh, what David said, she don't want to sign it?
They might not even file, and even if they do, they gotta prove we knew those relays were. Which, good luck with that.
Yes, good luck with that. We're done here. Come with me.
Looks like David got himself a job. I'm guessing that's another David.
It's this thing, the multiple worlds theory. From like quantum mechanics, right? and
This we are multiple worlds.
every event that things we do, there's like a million possible outcomes. Choices. Each outcome actually happens. Like a tree growing branches in it, and each branch is like an alternate timeline. And I mean, in this reality, right, we're sitting here eating whatever bullshit cold fries, right? But in another timeline, I'm like a billionaire. I'm a billionaire, or homeless, or married in the suburbs with like 2.3 kids.
So that's what's happening in this episode. You know, in this world, David ain't married to Sid. This is ours.
Good job.
No, that's great. I'm happy for you.
You're sweet, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I remember the scene in season 1. Really? Is that Mouse? Seen everything in Legion now. Sid.
Did he send you? Was he here?
Nobody sent us, except the Lord above. He says he can't stand the smell anymore.
This reminds me of Clockwork Orange. What in the world? Yo.
And this includes the China holdings?
Yes, sir. As soon as you sign, you'll be the richest man in the world.
Oh. It's a coffee version of Man of David becomes a rich man?
Why do you keep her around? She's ancient.
She resents me. I like that.
Really? Whoa, really?
Stop!
Wow, he's still in contact with the Shadow King? Well, this world, universe, whatever. Wow, is this world's version of Division come to get David? Ooh, he had a shield. Who's this with the damn sword? Wow, Carrie sees the Shadow King.
Listen, you don't see him? Huh? Easy. Help! Help!
No!
Help!
Wait!
That's Sister to the rescue.
Amy! Yes! On the ground! On the ground! Now!
Ooh. My gosh. Oh. Did he just wipe out everyone except for his sister? And obviously the old woman now is clicking on me as his sister still. Like, damn. I'm guessing this one also has abilities and the Shadow King's about to be on his ass. Just smelled white out. I'm guessing this is a David that got shot in the middle of the street.
You tried to, with an extension cord, it wouldn't stop the voices and pictures.
So this is her taking him trip down memory lane for season 1. Now season 2. So not gonna lie, I enjoyed this episode. Granted, it was filler, but I like the different take on the multiple worlds theory of freaking David to see. I'm guessing our David's kind of like the main David, and what decision he did branched out all these other freaking like worlds of where David grows up to be, a coffee boy who becomes a rich man and who still has those abilities and looks like he encountered the Shadow King either for the first time, or maybe the Shadow King actually took over his body and he just stayed there and he didn't bother to look for his own body. I'm guessing. Just a guess. Then we see like one scenario where David is just poor and basically has been on the run from division, because I'm guessing where we see like Sid in that car driving away and that same like poor David grows old, and then when those group of guys who reminds me of Clockwork Orange for some reason, beating up David, before they beat him up, they're like, wait, either he said, did he send you or did they send you? So I'm guessing, the Vision has basically been hunting David from that point on with that appearance with Sid, and who basically been winning or successfully hiding, but that night they won. Apparently they said and carried it with her katana, sliced them in half. Like, damn, that was just freaking brutal. But I'm guessing it was just that time that they actually were successful in at least killing him. It was because, again, David possibly wasn't in his prime. Prime David probably would have got away, but it looks like this older version, he's a little tired out. And maybe when he was like about to explode already, maybe he was like, you know what? I'm done with my life. And he just gave up, and then they freaking killed him. And they probably thought that was a win. Maybe not. Then there was like another freaking David who actually explained the world, multiple worlds theories, but I don't think he has the abilities or something. I don't know. Or even had an appearance from the Shadow King. I don't even think that, that poor old David possibly encountered the Shadow King, so maybe that was another like freaking world where he defeated him and he just like continued his life, whatever. But then there was a David who basically had a wife and 2 kids, a wife that wasn't freaking Sid, but like, did he even like freaking have abilities, and did he, or will he eventually run into the Shadow King or something? Either run into it, or all this time like the Shadow King is in dormant. I keep on forgetting, like Shadow King was like actually within him this whole time, just like that other David who again was like taking his medication, because that was the one scenario where he just kept his decision of like keep on taking his medicine. And this is one that kind of like is almost similar to our David, but again our David, like I believe he actually stopped taking his meds, or to the point where with this one he just kept taking it. I'm guessing that's the difference of it, where he kept taking it, but even though he's still hearing voices and stuff, and well, Shadow King appeared for the first time, because I'm guessing it's like the first time it all happened, where he's even like using his abilities, but I'm guessing that's probably like the Shadow King, manipulation of it, and he started killing 2 policemen, and even more after like they freaking shoved his sister, and he actually died in the process. You actually see like multiple scenarios where David does die. And you can actually make a guess that when that old Dave went to sleep, he possibly died in his sleep. So I don't know if they're kind of like hinting of the possible death scenarios of David, So what you're hinting, writers, what are you hinting? But either way, it's quite interesting to see all those scenarios and kind of seeing that within these multiple worlds, David still has his powers, and some you may guess he doesn't have his powers. Like that one with him, like, happy, with a wife and 2 kids. It's like, does he have abilities? Did he ever freaking, had a situation encounter with the Shadow King? I'm very intrigued about that one world for some reason. It's like it's going to be like one bad day when he's going to wake up hearing voices of his wife and kids. And next thing you know, Shadow King appears. But, actually, I truly did enjoy this episode, but like or dislike the video. Comment below what you guys thought of the episode. If you're new, please subscribe. I'm the BrokeBlackMan 94, and I am signing on.